Well, why is it, do you think, that senior management is I guess, the group that's mostly involved in economic crime?
Because they think they can get away with it. The research shows that in the population, you take on average, look at 10 people. One of those 10 who's absolutely incorruptible will never get involved in economic crime. A second one of those 10, he's just a crook. He's going to be looking for trouble every second, every opportunity, every turn of the way. And the other 8 in between the incorruptible and the always corrupt are you and me, right. The majority of the population. We could swing either way, if you'll excuse that expression. And when the conditions are right, are ripe for being corrupt, because you think you can get away with it, is really the thing that most people switch then from being on the good side to the bad side. So our 80% of could go either way are getting eroded into the corrupt part of society rather than remaining in the good part. Now, some of those in the 80% get driven to it because of economic necessity. They're not doing it because they think it's clever or they can get away with it. They're doing it because times are hard. But much more are doing it because they think they can get away with it. That's what the public protector, who does this stuff all the time, is calling the culture of impunity, the feeling that you can get away with it. And until our criminal justice administration is jacked up, and in particular, until we have effective, independent anti-corruption machinery, we are going to be in trouble with this. And the possibility exists that South Africa will become a failed state as a consequence of the ravages of economic crime and corruption getting too embedded. A man like Clem Santner, who is a scenario planner, he thinks about the future more than you and me. He says that in the pre-Marikana era, this is now going back to 2011, beginning of 2012, he was putting the chances of South Africa failing as a state at 1 in 10. He's now revised his prognostications and he puts it at 1 in 4.
Wow.
Yeah, now that's a very big jump. And that sort of big jump occurs when things fall apart. And the sad part about corruption is that it's not sustainable. Yeah. It would be a wonderful way to make money if it was sustainable. But corruption is not sustainable. It corrodes societies. It's been doing it since the Roman Empire collapsed. And in South Africa, what is particularly in danger is our new constitutional dispensation under the rule of law, where the Constitutional Court has said corruption threatens to fell at the knees the new order that we are trying to establish in South Africa. And really, 3 things need to be done. Accountability, which is why we have an Institute for Accountability. Greater transparency, especially in public tendering. 30 billion rand a year, in fact last year it was 31 billion rand, disappeared in our our public tendering system. That is an extraordinarily large figure. An entity called Tendersure in Kraaifontein here in Cape Town has brought out an estimate of the amount of money that has been lost to corruption in the new South Africa, and it comes to 700 billion rand.